every man wants to know the truth. What actually makes a woman stay? What makes her keep choosing you again and again, even when life gets rough, even when you fall short, even when someone better walks by? Most guys think they know the answer. Money? Sure, it helps. Looks? They matter. Status? Maybe for a while. But none of that keeps her. It's not about being perfect. Perfection's predictable, and predictable is boring. What truly holds her, what makes her stay when she could leave, comes down to 3 deep, primal qualities. They're not tricks. They're not tactics. You can't fake them. They're part of who you are, or who you choose to become. Women have evolved for thousands of generations to sense what's real and what's performance. They can feel it before you ever say a word. Their attachment system is wired to bond with a man who is these qualities, not one who acts like them. The first one? You make her feel safe, while still being dangerous. Not dangerous to her, dangerous to the chaos around her. This is the defender energy, hardwired into human nature since the beginning. She needs to know you can fight, but choose peace. That you could destroy, but decide to build. That you have claws, but you only ever hold her with calm hands. Every woman, no matter how independent she is, needs to feel safe in the presence of her man. Not safe like comfort. Safe like protection. Safe like, no matter what happens out there, I'm good because he's with me. And that's where most men fail. They confuse being safe with being soft. They think that if they're nice enough, agreeable enough, non-confrontational enough, they'll earn her love. But niceness doesn't build attraction. It builds comfort, and comfort slowly kills desire. A woman doesn't want a man who avoids conflict. She wants a man who can face it without losing control. She needs to feel that you have power. Not power over her, but power that protects her. That's the first quality that makes a man impossible to replace. You make her feel safe while the rest of the world still feels dangerous. This is what I call the defender. It's ancient. It's wired into her biology. For hundreds of thousands of years, women survived by recognizing the men who could protect them, not the men who tried to please them. She needs to know you're capable of chaos, but choose peace, that you can destroy if you must, but you build instead, that you have the strength to handle danger, but the wisdom to never misuse it. I once worked with a woman who had everything: success, a stable home, a good husband, but she felt dead inside. She said, "He's too nice. I don't feel safe with him. I feel alone." Her husband thought he was doing everything right. He never argued, never pushed back, never raised his voice. But in her eyes, that wasn't peace. That was weakness. Because here's the paradox. She doesn't want you to be aggressive, but she needs to know you can be. She wants to see that behind your calm is capability. Behind your kindness is strength. When you walk beside her at night, when you confront disrespect, when you hold her through her storms, she feels it. Every time you show calm power instead of fear, her attachment grows deeper. That's the defender. Controlled strength. Quiet power. Not the man who cages her, but the one who makes the whole world feel safe when she's with him. If this message hit home, don't scroll away. Subscribe now. This isn't just a channel. It's a movement for men becoming unshakable. The defender, the hunter, the leader. Join us and start building the man she'll never want to leave. If the defender makes her feel safe, the hunter makes her feel alive. This is the man with direction, with purpose, with fire. The man who wakes up every morning chasing something bigger than comfort. Women don't fall in love with what you already are. They fall in love with who you're becoming. They're drawn to the motion, the pursuit, the drive that says, "I'm not done yet." Every man needs a mission. Without one, you start orbiting around her, waiting for her approval, needing her validation. And the moment you make her your purpose, she starts to pull away. It's not because she doesn't love you. It's because her instincts tell her something's off. Deep down, she wants to join your mission, not be your mission. The hunter is the man who builds, creates, and pursues, not for greed, not for ego, but for meaning. He's chasing mastery, purpose, impact. It doesn't have to be a company or empire. It can be anything that pushes you beyond comfort, something that gives your life direction. A man without a mission becomes restless, anxious, needy. He starts looking to his woman to fill a void she was never meant to fill. I once worked with a man who gave up his dream business when he got married. He thought sacrificing his ambition meant love. 2 years later, his wife wasn't grateful. She was cold. Not because she stopped caring, but because she could no longer feel that spark in him. She didn't miss the money. She missed his fire. Women are magnetized to drive. The moment you stop chasing something, the polarity dies. The hunter isn't about neglect. He's not the man who disappears into work and forgets his family. He's the man whose mission includes her. When he wins, she wins. When he builds for both. When he succeeds, she feels part of it. He doesn't make her compete with his purpose. He makes her the reason it matters. That's the hunter energy, relentless pursuit, anchored by love. The man who's always building something, not because he needs to prove his worth, but because his soul demands growth. She doesn't want you to stop chasing. She wants to know she's worth chasing for. If the hunter gives a man purpose, the leader gives it direction. Leadership is one of the most misunderstood qualities in modern relationships. We've been told that leading makes you controlling, that taking charge is outdated, that equality means silence. But here's the truth. Women don't want to be led because they're weak. They want to be led because they're tired of being the only ones leading. Leadership isn't domination. It's not about barking orders or getting your way. Real leadership means responsibility. It's having the courage to take the wheel when life feels uncertain. It's owning the outcome when things fall apart. It's being the one who says, "I've got us," when the world feels chaotic. Most men think they're being kind when they say, "Whatever you want, honey." But what she hears is indecision. I once counseled a woman who said, "I make 1,000 decisions at work every day. When I come home, I want to feel like someone else can take the lead for once." Her husband wasn't cruel, wasn't lazy. He was simply afraid to take responsibility. And that fear quietly killed her attraction. The leader archetype shows up in the small things. You plan the date instead of asking what she wants. You have a vision for your future instead of just seeing where things go. You bring up problems before they fester. You don't wait for her to fix what you avoid. Leaders anticipate, initiate, and guide with calm strength. But here's what separates real leadership from ego. You lead in service, not control. Every decision considers her, includes her, and protects her. You're not her boss. You're her captain. And she's not your subordinate. She's your first mate. Together, you navigate life's storms because you have the map, and she trusts you to use it. When a man leads with empathy, vision, and direction, something shifts in her. She softens. She lets go. She stops testing because she finally feels safe following your lead. That's real leadership. Not power over her, but power for her. The kind of strength that makes her feel seen, guided, and grounded in a world that constantly pulls her off balance. When a man embodies all three of these energies, defender, hunter, and leader, something powerful happens. Attraction stops being about surface-level charm or temporary excitement. It becomes something deeper, something primal. A woman stops wondering if she could find someone better, because every other man feels incomplete. The defender makes her feel safe in a world that often feels dangerous. The hunter makes her feel desired, chosen, and valued by a man with direction. And the leader makes her feel grounded, like she's walking beside someone who knows where he's going. Together, these three qualities hit the core of her feminine psychology, the same wiring that's kept human connection alive for thousands of years. You can give her everything: money, looks, status, comfort. But if she doesn't feel these three things, she'll slowly disconnect. I've seen women stay through hardship, illness, failure, even betrayal when these qualities were present. And I've seen them walk away from men who had it all on paper, because those men didn't make them feel anything real. Most men miss this completely. They focus on what women say they want: sensitivity, equality, emotional openness. And those things matter, but only when wrapped in strength. Women are emotionally intuitive. They don't just listen to your words, they feel your presence. They sense whether you're steady or uncertain, whether your calm is real or rehearsed. The truth is, these qualities aren't tricks you can fake. They're a way of being. They show up in the way you move, speak, decide, and handle pressure. A woman doesn't fall for the lines you say. She falls for the energy you carry. When you become the defender, hunter, and leader, she stops trying to control you, test you, or question you, because she finally feels something rare in today's world: safety, purpose, and direction. And that combination creates a bond so strong that leaving isn't even an option, not because she's trapped, but because walking away would feel like leaving home. If these qualities sound rare, it's because they are. Not because men can't develop them, but because the world teaches them not to. Modern society praises men for being harmless, polite, agreeable. Boys grow up hearing that masculinity is dangerous, that strength is toxic, that leadership is control. And then we wonder why so many men feel lost, unseen, and disconnected. We raise soft men and expect them to inspire passion. But softness without backbone doesn't create attraction. It creates resentment. Women might appreciate a nice man, but they don't desire him. Because desire doesn't respond to niceness. It responds to presence, confidence, and grounded power. Most men have confused these archetypes with their shadows. They think being a defender means being jealous or possessive. They think being a hunter means sacrificing love for ambition. They think being a leader means dominating or silencing their partner. So they reject the whole idea of masculine energy, throwing away the core of who they are just to avoid being labeled toxic. The problem is, you can't logic your way into attraction. You can't buy your way into connection. Attraction isn't built in her mind. It's built in her nervous system. She doesn't decide to trust you. She feels it. And if you haven't developed those qualities deeply within yourself, she'll know. Women have evolved to sense authenticity. They can feel it in your tone, your eyes, your posture. I've met men who've built empires, who've achieved everything they thought would make them irresistible. Yet their relationships crumble because they never learned to embody these fundamentals. And I've met men with nothing but conviction, who hold their woman's loyalty through every storm. The truth is, these qualities can't be faked. You can't perform your way into being irreplaceable. You have to become it, and that takes courage. The courage to unlearn weakness, to reclaim strength, to stand in who you are without apology. Because the man who remembers his masculine core doesn't just attract women. He commands respect from her, from the world, and most importantly, from himself. If this truth challenged you, good. That's where real change starts. Subscribe now. This channel is for men done playing small. Every week, we sharpen the defender, the hunter, and the leader within you. Join the brotherhood. Rise above the noise. Become the man you were meant to be. So how does a man become irreplaceable? Not by begging, not by performing, not by trying to be perfect. He becomes irreplaceable by transforming from the inside out, by embodying these qualities until they're no longer acts, but instincts. Because a woman can always tell the difference between a man who plays confident and a man who is confident. I once worked with a man whose marriage was falling apart. His wife was distant, cold, halfway into an emotional affair. He tried everything, romantic gestures, therapy, extra housework, but nothing worked. Why? Because all of it came from fear. He was trying to fix her feelings instead of fixing his foundation. So he stopped chasing. He started rebuilding himself. He joined a martial arts class, not to fight anyone, but to reconnect with his inner strength, to move like a man again. His confidence returned, not as arrogance, but as quiet power. Then he launched a small side project, not for money, but to reignite his ambition. His purpose came alive again, and slowly his wife began to notice. She looked at him differently. The energy shifted. He began leading again, not controlling her, but guiding their life forward, planning dates, setting goals, taking initiative. Within 6 months, the emotional affair was over. Within a year, she was more in love with him than ever before. Not because he manipulated her, but because he became the man her instincts were waiting for. That's the transformation. You don't need to change for women. You evolve as a man. You stop reacting. You start embodying. You move from chasing love to commanding it through your presence. And here's the truth. It's not about making her stay. It's about becoming the kind of man she never wants to leave. The one who doesn't beg for her loyalty, but earns it by who he is. That's when attraction becomes devotion. That's when connection becomes unbreakable. And that's when you stop being replaceable, not just to her, but to yourself. Becoming irreplaceable isn't a destination, it's a discipline. The man who thinks he's arrived has already started to decline. Strength fades if you stop training it. Purpose fades if you stop pursuing it. Leadership fades if you stop owning it. The irreplaceable man never stops evolving because he knows life will test him again and again. Here's the thing most men miss. Every relationship, every crisis, every argument is a test. Not from her, from life. She's not trying to destroy you when she challenges you. She's trying to see if you're still solid, if your calm is real, if your words still mean something. Women test not out of malice, but biology. They need to feel that your strength isn't situational, that it holds under pressure. When everything falls apart, when bills pile up, when life hits hard, she's watching something deeper than your reactions. She's watching your core. You'll know who you are in those moments. When she's scared, Do you panic with her or ground her? When she's emotional, do you argue or stay steady? When she loses faith, do you fold or lead? Those moments reveal whether you've built real strength or just rehearsed it. Even your physicality tells the story. How you walk into a room, how you handle conflict, how you protect your peace. She feels all of it. Women are emotional sensors. They don't listen for your promises. They feel your presence. The irreplaceable man passes these tests not because he's perfect, but because he's consistent. His power doesn't spike and fade. It flows quietly, constantly. He doesn't fake control. He is self-control. But balance matters. Too much defender energy, and you become possessive. Too much hunter energy, and you forget to connect. Too much leader energy, and you risk becoming a tyrant. True mastery is harmony. Danger with discipline, ambition with empathy, authority with love. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't need a man who wins every battle. She needs one who stands unshaken when the war comes. That's the test of an irreplaceable man. Not how loud he roars, but how steady he stands when everything shakes. Here's the truth most men never learn. The goal isn't to make a woman unable to leave. It's to make leaving unthinkable. Not through control, not through fear, but through value, depth, and connection so real that walking away would feel like walking away from her own soul. Because when you embody the defender, the hunter, and the leader, something shifts in the entire dynamic. She doesn't stay because she has to. She stays because she wants to. She stops testing because she trusts you. She stops competing because she feels safe. She stops searching because she's already found what her instincts were wired to look for. You're no longer the man who tries to keep her. You're the man she can't imagine living without. And that power doesn't come from manipulation. It comes from mastery. The irreplaceable man doesn't chase validation. He builds purpose. He protects what matters. He leads with clarity. He grows constantly, never coasting, never becoming complacent. Because he knows that love isn't maintained through comfort. It's maintained through strength, consistency, and evolution. Women don't fall for perfection. They fall for presence. They fall for the man who sees her storms and stays calm, who sees her fears and makes her feel safe, who carries ambition without arrogance, leadership without ego, danger without cruelty. That's the energy that makes her soften, trust, and open. And here's the real paradox. When you become irreplaceable to her, you also become irreplaceable to yourself. You stop living for approval and start living with purpose. You stop needing to be chosen because you already chose who you are. Every day, you build that man. One decision, one action, one standard at a time. The defender, the hunter, the leader. That's the man she never leaves. Not because she can't, but because every part of her knows she's already where she belongs. If this message hit something deep inside you, it's not an accident. Every man watching this knows there's a part of him that's been asleep, a part that's tired of pretending, tired of performing, tired of losing himself just to be accepted. Maybe tonight, that part of you finally woke up. Don't let it fade when this video ends. Feed it, build it, live it. If you felt something here, if you saw yourself in these words, subscribe. This space is for men who are done being replaceable, for men who are ready to reclaim strength with purpose and power with peace. Drop a comment, Tell me where you're strong and where you're struggling. Your story might be the thing another man needs to hear to rise again. And if this spoke to your soul, share it. Not for numbers, for impact. Because the world doesn't need more perfect men. It needs more irreplaceable ones.